we are back. Hooray!
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's get some shit started. What order do people want to do things? Exactly, like, do you want to just let me know? I am merely the passenger in this. I'm not shotgun because Ikky is.
Though there is also one other thing that Helena's going to do, which is she's going to check on the TV and watch news about the upcoming mayoral elections for New York City.
Yes.
Because, that might become a relevant story in the near future, maybe, for some reason. Cough, cough. Plugging my arc. Cough, cough.
Are we getting rid of Kumo yet? No, wait, he's the governor, not the...
I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway.
You don't, or you just fucking with me?
Bit of both. Anyway, there's so you're not going to be checking, say, social media as well.
Yeah. I mean, the new stuff is just me making offhanded comment. The more important thing will be me looking up our friend.
Well, I suppose with your Google searches, you'll find like sort of normie like Wikipedia articles about the sort of being that he took his name off of, and a lot more news articles and social media posts with variety of like levels of things that will creep Helena out, such as memes. Memes are good.
She's probably
Does she already have
memes of herself?
What were you saying, Tristan?
Does you already have fan art?
Yeah, there's some fan art of the boy. And let's see. But yeah, that's mostly memes and just people commenting on stuff. Although I'm not too sure if Helena follows furry Twitter.
Ironically enough, she didn't before, but she does now because of the amount of furry stuff her fan base.
Yeah, they're pretty excited about it.
Is she like the representative who's like, what's a persona? And then like 3 days later,
I'm deeply red-pilled about this.
Pandora's box just unleashed.
Like,
I've
literally,
seen some shit.
Her comments on it are basically just like, I think it's sweet that they do all this stuff about, but I do wonder why some of it's so adult.
Only sweets on the flower.
Because keep in mind, she's like a school teacher, so
She's pretty normy.
she's no stranger to like unusual proclivities of younger individuals. But yeah, like she'd just be like, flattered, but at the same time, like
Concerned.
Slightly uncomfortable.
Deeply concerned.
Most people would be deeply concerned. Let's see. The Biomorph guy?
Biomorph guy, yes.
Yes, what is Biomorph guy up to?
Give me a sec to think, because I had a plan before I ate, and I forgot it, and I need to recollect my thoughts, if that's okay.
Okay. What does Cerulean do? Make self at home?
Helps anyone that, like, anyone else in the team that might want it.
Okay. Does anyone require help from a naive alien?
I mean, I definitely keep her posted on things I find out about our mystery individual. And also, I know for a fact that Helena would take opportunities to try and teach her more about things that she's naive about. But beyond that, I don't really know if I'd need help thing as such.
So remember, I am a radio TV thingy. I can tune into frequencies and scan them.
That is true. Does that mean you've got Wi-Fi?
I don't fucking know. Does Wi-Fi work on the electromagnetic spectrum?
I should know this. But I'm quite tired.
Don't. I'm joking.
Radio frequency band of the electromagnetic spectrums.
It
So
does.
technically you can get Wi-Fi.
Well, it is all radiation waves.
Microwaves. Microwaves. And finally, what is Manticore up to?
Aside from some investigations of his own, he'll probably just be lying low.
What investigations are he doing? Is he doing?
He will probably be chasing up a suspicion he has if he can get in touch with some of his old squad mates.
Sure. Who's he trying to get in contact with?
Well, he'll probably be using his current companion, Bourbon. Is it Bourbon?
No, it's not Bourbon.
No, I don't know.
But
Whoever it is.
Bao.
That's
Oh.
it. He'll be discussing to ask if if any of the group are currently involved with anything to do with Green Force.
When you do return home, you can, you inquire with Bao, and he's like, those hippies? Like, I do not know if anyone is involved with the Green Force. As I don't think they'd be really that wealthy to offer our services.
No, I'm not talking about somebody getting their services. I'm on about somebody procuring things from them.
It's like, I'm not too sure at the moment. I suppose you'd have to ask someone else.
Again later.
I mean, I know the only squad member that I know of in New York is Athos. I believe that's his name. But he's not working, if you catch my drift. Well, he is working, but he's not doing the work, you know. He's doing other work. Part-time gig. Yes, that's it.
Any chance you can get me in touch?
Oh, sure, I know where he is. I could take you there.
That doesn't sound suspicious.
Wow, he knows a lot. He can also make a lot.
Yeah, okay then.
Okay, we can go there, and then maybe on the way back, we can maybe grab a pizza. Go bowling. Or bowling, then pizza.
You should see my face right now.
Yeah, he you get into his rather sort of beat down old, shall we say, Eastern Bloc car? The kind of car
He's
that
got a ladder.
You know, it's one of those things where it's like you're not too like. It's got like a sort of lever that puts into different states, and all of them are in some kind of Russian Slavic language. You're not entirely too sure. Well, unless you do actually speak and read Cyric.
Does it happen to be one of these cards?
Yeah, it's basically like that. Old Dacia. Anyway, he drives you down into the city. I mean, wherever you go would be the city. But he says to you on the way down. Yeah, it's mercenary business. It doesn't always work out as well as you think. Sometimes you need to take a different job to pay the bills. Especially if you live lavish lifestyle. I live lavish lifestyle. You know that.
Sure you do.
Of course, I spend all my money on the good stuff. Vodka. More vodka. And occasionally a gun.
Occasionally, maybe once in a month. What he feels like treating himself.
So how are you doing? You've been very busy in the news. How's the heroics going?
It's going. As long as nobody rats me out.
Well, I mean, the Department of Justice may rat you out, but I don't think they'd want to reveal the fact of a special unit that's been going around the globe these past 2 years. Personally, I think what you're doing is great. You do good stuff. You build publicity. Then government hires you. Big paycheck. I see what you're doing there. What they call marketing.
I just nod and just say, yeah, if only it was that simple.
Oh, you know you can tell me anything. Anything that's on your mind? Just let me know.
Let's just get this part over with first. Make sure we're not railing anybody up the wrong way.
Okay, you're the boss. He pulls down a street, and it's sort of outside this sort of rather old building. You notice there's like a sort of van outside. It's got some like ladders on top, and all that. And he kind of would reach over to your side, and he'd like open up the glove box, and he'd take out what appears to be a snub-nosed revolver and hands it to you. He goes, "Here, just in case. You never know." I assume like this would probably be like in civilian clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take the revolver because I'm not looking to fight it here.
If you insist, I've got plenty more in here. He just throws it back in, just closes up the glove compartment. Suppose you'll be about 10 minutes?
Yeah, this is just in and out.
Okay. Okay, so he just kind of lights up a cigarette as he's going to wait for you.
Mm-hmm. So I'll head into wherever it is that is directed me.
There's you should be on one of the floors. I'm not too sure. A lot of renovation work going on here. Yeah, the building itself seems to be more of the old side. It's you can tell as you're like moving through some of the rooms that and corridors that it's got some renovation work being done.
Mm-hmm.
New walls and paint have been applied, stuff like that. It looks kind of like an old apartment building.
Are there any like letterboxes that might give names in the foyer?
There is what seems to be an old letterbox, but it doesn't seem to have any names on. I would like to ask you to make a perception roll.
Okay. That would be a fail. Perception 12.
Or is it? Because you do actually hear something. Because it's quite loud. It's reasonably loud. It's not like super loud. You notice it. It appears to be sort of some very hard impacts coming from 3 floors above.
So like a scuffle.
Okay, I guess I'll investigate.
Sure thing. You head up the winding staircase, and you'll come across a room with well, you'll find the noise. You'll find the source of the noise as to be a very large man with a sort of greying beard, just sort of not in the process of knocking down some old walls with a sledgehammer. You do recognize the man as Athos of your former unit, although ironically he does not have his super hammer.
Okay. I'll just make a comment of if I knew you were going to lead the unit, I should have guessed that you'd stick with something where you could wield a hammer.
He looks up and he's like, "Times are tough." How are you, Manticore? He sort of loosens the hammer and he comes up to you just to sort of, do a sort of hand shake, grab. You know that thing in Predator where they do the manly handshake? Take into that.
It's a Roman handshake.
The
Yeah,
Roman
okay,
handshake.
With the chest
Ow.
bump and everything.
Not with the fist bump. Just, you son of a bitch. Ow, my hand.
Yeah, I'll
All
bring
right.
him in for a handshake. And I suppose I'll just say I just need to get to the point. Are there any active units that you're aware of in the city?
In the city? Ugh. Well. Oh. What's this for anyway? Sounds serious.
Let's just say I've had some information go missing. I'm just chasing up any leads I can think of.
Well, the only guy that I can think of is he's running through like who's where in his head. Well, that he knows of course. No, she's in Colombia. Yeah. All that I know is who could be in the city is you, me, Bo, and Sata.
Sata?
Yes. He's got himself a good gig running, from what I've heard.
What's he doing these days?
Well, you know him and his strategy. He's currently working with some less savvy people. Some work that, you know, is kind of below us, really. But I suppose it really does pay the bills. He's working with a group of bank robbers. They've been hitting banks across the city. Doing a damn fine job of it, too.
Doesn't sound related to what I'm looking for.
Well, what are you looking for, Manticore?
Following up on a group called Green Force, and some information walked from us. Found a wig, no conclusive DNA. Was anyone in the old unit spliced with canine?
You know, not that I'm aware of. You got the DNA sample with you?
No, it was taken to a police lab.
Well, you can never trust those. I could see about contacting some police contacts of mine. See if they can get further information, but I honestly don't know what could do that. Is this something to do with what you've been doing around the city recently?
This was more something that just fell into the lap.
Mm-hmm. So, you decided to put on some tights and save the city, huh? From the evil Green Force. Bit out of character for you, isn't it?
There's a lot more going on in the background. Trust me, you don't want to be part of it.
Would you insist? Sounds fun, though.
Not as fun as you think.
If you're not willing to share, then I shan't pry any further. But,
2 words.
Hmm?
Family business.
I see. Comes the word. Right. Yeah, I really don't know what else I can say. Your best bet to know more of what's going on in the city is probably chat to Sata, but you turning into some kind of comic book superhero isn't really going to impress his hardened criminal colleagues.
Yeah, we're going to mix like oil and water.
And he's even harder to get than you sometimes. So I don't really have a line to him. I'd say if you really want him, I'd say get his attention. And he can find you.
I'll consider it, but I've got enough on my plate at the moment.
Seems like it.
Thanks for the help.
You're welcome. Just, I never thought you'd be the guy to bring us out into the public.
Guess you could say it was never really in my hands. Somebody else played me in a game, and they won.
Morton says. Kind of how shit rolls in our business. I hope you get a good hand soon.
I'll nod and thank him, and then just let him know that if he needs to get in touch with me, that I'm at the same safe house with. Is it Boris or something?
Bow.
Bal. I'm at the safe house with Bal.
Not every Russian person is named Boris. Jesus.
I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, I'm
These boys.
At the same safe house with Bal.
It's only Boris and Ivan. Those are the only people in Russian existence.
Boris, Ivan, Dmitri, and Vlad.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't forget
No
Sergey.
Mikhail.
They're all squatting, just drinking some vodka. Like, well, I'll stop by if I hear anything, especially from Zeta. But yeah, most of us are out of the country.
I'll just sort of nod and just say, catch you next time then.
So yeah. Catch you next time. Just the hammer, and he walks towards the wall that he was busy demolishing. Kind of, sort of, finds his mark as you're leaving. When you do reach the car, you will you'll find just Bar sitting there, just kind of just kicking back, still enjoying his cigarette. Like, oh, back so soon?
Fleeting visit, and I got some of the answers I was looking for.
Ah, good.
Not what I was hoping, but at least I know where I'm starting.
You know how hard it is to get us all together. He sort of adjusts the one of the levers in the cars and puts it into H and starts driving off again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we can conclude that and move to Harps. Yeah, Helena's house,
Okay then.
which you'll find, which quite quickly you find has become sort of surrounded by the paparazzi or the news. I don't think that
Perhaps.
perhaps.
Okay, well, no, at first she'd be naive enough to respond to some of their questions, like to go out and actually talk to them, but then she'd quickly start to realize she's being overwhelmed and sort of start retreating back.
Yeah, you would find that they're quite persistent.
Yeah, she ends up sort of retreating back into the house and closing the door and just sort of like slumping against it and being like, oh, what have I done?
We need an agent.
My client will not be taking any questions. After a good few more hours of quote research, you do get a knock at the door.
Mhm.
I got something if you're free.
Oh,
Finish with Helena, but
yeah, sure.
I kind of figured out what I was gonna do.
Okay.
Want to say it now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I remember Z was kind of thinking, okay, go magic sounds like some old pagan Christian bullshit. So he's probably gonna start either looking online and or going to the university library to look up old magic crap like that. See if there's any, I don't know, connection. It's a stupid idea, but it's his only stupid idea. And when it comes to, oh shit, there's a magic goat.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I'd say make a search roll for that.
A search roll?
Something like that. Perception. Yeah, perception.
I have cramming as a skill. Knowledge
could
skill,
try and
economic
use-
business.
Try to use that.
Science skill, political science. I don't think that's going to be any use.
No, it never is.
Oh, yeah, I know. It was a waste of points. Why did you just put in more combat shit?
No, that's fine.
I actually don't know how cramming works. It's not skills so much as
You just spend some time like searching a topic with
Yeah.
facilities available. However, you find that that most of the works in the library are sort of either mumbo jumbo texts of the time, or or someone examining practices and beliefs from history.
Okay, so it's really just more educational rather than ritual of become as real or some crazy shit.
Yes, that is the case. It's just like, oh, this is not helpful at all. It's like, yeah, the university doesn't offer degrees for wizards.
Yeah,
It's not Hogwarts.
well, it's worth a try. That was like his only lead.
Yeah.
Can't really just like go down to whatchamacallit? Like some tea shop, be like, hey, yo, you seen any magic goats around?
They'd be like,
Oh yeah,
but-
at the furry convention.
they'd probably be like, yeah, man, I saw someone, I took some acid. Well, that's not helpful.
Incidentally, you want to buy some? Far out, man.
Far out. Yeah, the books don't seem to offer any kind of useful information. They're more sort of like, people believed you could do this with magic and curse their crops. This person was
nothing
burned
else.
at the stake because they were a witch.
Well, G's gonna text Eleanor that he found Dick nothing.
Hmm.
Incidentally, Salem was absolutely fascinating.
That is true. It was fascinating.
And this is where Helena's like, I'm glad you're discovering the wonders of history, but fuck, we don't have any leads.
It's all about finding them. Right. So you do get a knock at your door.
Who, me or Helnor?
Helena.
Okay.
Fair enough. She's gonna sort of like pensively look through the little like ring thing with the tiny little lens on it.
It's the lieutenant from earlier.
Okay, she's gonna sort of gingerly open.
But you do notice that behind her is an astonishingly large amount of paparazzi.
She's gonna gingerly open the door and be like, "This better be good."
Do you have a warrant?
She says she doesn't have a warrant, but could she come in anyway?
I didn't ask that, but yeah, I'll let her in.
You
Okay.
can tell her no.
No, get fucked.
You can tell her no.
Abiding citizen, and she's gonna let the lady in.
Bootlicker.
You've given her power.
You have.
She does come in and says, normally I would have probably brought you in. However, I was being a bit hamstringed by people higher than me.
Mm-mm.
But I do have some sympathy for your cause. Like, I get it.
Well, given that people are just developing powers and doing all kinds of strange things, there's no way that we can just ignore it. We can't just let the New York Police Department try and deal with all of this. There's no way they could.
Even the National Guard would have problem.
Exactly. I'm more than prepared to work with the powers that be on this one. I don't want to step on your toes, but at the same time, people like me are going to be needed.
Officially, our policy is to arrest people like you. But there's bigger fish to fry. And you may be able to provide some information.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I'm listening.
We've interviewed a few suspects from Green Force. Said they were brought in by a group of people like you. And you were amongst
There
them.
are others.
Well, you were amongst them.
Oh. Okay. We'll go on.
So, plus that, and you were kind of easy to track down.
Well, what did you want to know?
We want to know whatever information you've got on these guys.
Screen. Well, we know they're a terrorist movement. That's, intimate, mutual knowledge between the two of us. They certainly do have an almost religious creed about sparing the Earth from the ravages of humanity. And they're quite willing to go to some extreme lengths, but perhaps strangest of all, we've seen that they might be messing with some kind of genetic manipulation technology. Clearly far beyond what they know, but...
Yeah. We've got a hold of one of the, some kind of drug that they used.
I assume you've seen its effects.
We don't know its effects.
Well,
We tried to use it on Officer Simmons, but he didn't let us.
I can tell you, but I can promise you won't like it.
Okay, go ahead.
Officer Simmons won't like it.
When we confronted members of Green Force inside one of their private rallies, several of them seemed to apply something to themselves and began to, for lack of a better word, transform. They took on animal-like properties. Their strength increased by a great deal. I still managed to deal with them. There wasn't anything I couldn't handle, but nonetheless, it's clearly something beyond anything that's happened in the past.
That's a good point. The question is, where are they getting it from?
Well, we've been trying to look into it. The trouble is, a lot of evidence we came across was lifted from the scene by someone else before we could get hold of it.
Someone else?
Someone acting, I guess, in a similar capacity to us, but they certainly weren't a member of our team. They arrived at the scene of what's going on and took some of the information and left.
Do you know who they are?
I really don't. We've tried investigating, we've tried using some of the clues we found to learn more, but we've been met with a lot of dead ends.
Well, that's funny. Because I don't really know what your friends can do. However, I did get an interesting email forwarded to me from Simmons, a detective that I know. He was doing some lab work, despite having checked out with his partner 5 minutes prior.
Oh?
Yep.
Well, don't look at me.
Well, I'm not. I don't think you could assume the form of Simmons.
But I could.
It may even be this mysterious individual who frustrated our plans earlier, but then that would beg the question of why they were looking into themselves. I'm sorry, I don't really have any leads on that.
Well, I don't think they'd be looking into themselves. We've from what the lab workers dug up on it, it's not quite human, the DNA.
Well, I won't lie. Certainly,
We had to run the checks a few times to determine precisely what it could be, and we've never seen anything like it. Well, that is a lie. We've seen something similar before a few weeks ago.
well, by all
But
means,
it didn't match. It was a partial match.
What did you find?
Well, there was a scene a couple of weeks ago involving some kind of nightclub as well. Got shot up. No one died.
Well, there's that to go off at least.
Yeah, but do you have any sort of description of this guy who we're looking
Wait.
for?
I'm sorry, she said someone got shot up and no one died?
No. She said a nightclub got shot up. No one died
Oh,
that they could find.
that they could... Okay. That's what I've heard about, but...
Yeah, it was a news story a couple of weeks back. It was one of those like, no, whatever. It's although to be fair,
Whatever.
you may have been a new person by then, be all kind of slopping around, so you may not have been paying attention to the news cycle. Who knows?
American things, right?
It's like, oh well, there's this, and in today's news,
Another mass shooting. Safe act at work. Blame Kumo, etc., etc.
well, that's the thing though. No one was injured or killed from what they could find.
Someone sucks at shooting.
Yeah, that's probably the.
Someone has healing powers.
Well,
I'm
there'd still be blood, but yeah, like yeah, well, no one was really hurt or killed in it. But do you have a description of what this guy looks like?
Oh, sorry, they're asking me that.
Yes.
Asking what does this guy look like?
It's hard to say. I think we know a shoe size, and think they might be female, but beyond that,
That's weird. Kind of things to herself.
Was the DNA male? Or do we have a shapeshifter or something? Or tranny?
It's a trap.
I mean, I suspect there's something like biomorphs. They're more of a someone more amorphous, which is why we found their hair just discarded. It wasn't a wig; it was actual like
No,
hair
those
they
are-
discarded.
Those actual like non-blonde hairs in it.
Oh, okay.
We would have
Never
noticed
mind.
if it was not a wig. It would have been like, oh, this is real skin attached to it.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it was clearly a wig. So it was, ooh. That's freaky. Like, well, I'll keep you up to date. Oh. But if that person's female, I don't know. Then maybe it could be something that's common to all of you weirdos. That your DNA isn't quite right.
well, I'm happy to give a sample of mine if it'll help put your mind at rest.
I suppose so.
Disgusting metahumans.
I'll hold you to it sometime. Like, but yeah, you may not want to drive. May not want to drive to a crime scene in your car, which the
You know,
press can follow you.
the license plate and everything.
Yes, that is a problem, but at the time I was more concerned with saving people's lives than I was about potential paparazzi.
Oh. Okay. Well, at least you've got something there. She just kind of turns around and goes to leave. So, well, can't really say much else.
I'm happy to stay in touch.
You know what to call.
And good luck with all this. Anything so far has been enough to go by. You are really going to need it.
Okay. Yeah, she does leave, and it's just one of those things that's like, oh, Well, that was tense.
Yep.
Does anyone else have any plans for what to do next?
Hmm.
Investigate, keep in touch.
Trying to think, maybe following the golems is an idea. Like, could their design be pinned to any kind of like architecture or
Culture.
yeah?
I suppose you probably need to do a little investigation for that. I was trying for a specific kind of structure style. Let's see.
Like,
Do you have any like knowledge in architecture?
oh,
No.
nope.
I guess you could make like a roll to have a check.
Normal int roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like int? Or just like a unbased skill roll?
Int would do.
Okay. Well, this has to go under 13.
Yep.
And it just means. Thank golly goodness.
You do look through like kind of sort of architecture structure there, and it's kind of fantastical. It's not sort of like tied to a specific kind of aesthetic in terms of like classical architecture. You know, like a Gothic or something like that, or modern or something like that. It more looks like someone. It more looks like someone like took it from like a video game.
Oh my god.
But
It's a WoW construct.
It's like I would think it's like if someone was like play like an MMO and is like, that's a pretty cool design. It looks pretty silly, but it's damn cool.
Alright, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Actually, that's more of a better clue. It's a better clue, I would think, because it basically says, okay, someone designed these, and they're a total frickin' neat.
Yeah. It tells you about who made them.
Which is, I don't know, some goat mage that has absolutely no idea how the real world works.
Oh, it's just totally neat.
He just sits in his wizard tower scrying on Wizard 4chan. Ramen cups scattered everywhere.
Looking for guild. Look, you guys.
I can't go rob a bank, Mom. I have a raid.
Just gonna play
yeah.
a card game.
That's all I have. Like, I really have no leads of investigation for lady who nicked the hard drive, and I have nothing for literal magic.
Literal magic. Yeah, okay. So a few days pass. And I'll say we'll end with this because there'll be a nice sort of segue into the next sort of session. As I'm flagging quite hard.
Oh, it is late for Britland.
Yeah, it's very late.
Yeah, it is
In like 8 hours.
I took a 4-hour nap, so while I feel like shit, I'm not gonna be able to fall asleep.
That is good. It's probably going to be another Steel Wool soon, unfortunately. Helena's base. Well, he's at the school, and she's sort of heading down. Just going about her day as usual. Although it is during class time. Let's try and find a way to put this. During her class, she's she's not actually teaching at the moment, but she's going down the corridor, and she passes past the nurse's office, and hear sort of a loud sort of crash from within.
Okay, well, obviously she's going to rush over.
Show and investigate. Yes. Then she's going to. She opens the door, and she.
No wayward. Shop used to a cat. Sorry, I'm talking to my cat.
That is true. She opens the door, and obviously from what you can tell immediately is that the nurse is not there, and apparently a lot of things were knocked over on one of the desks on the floor, including some pills and all that, and can't really. Yeah. From what you can see so far, there's no one in the room, but something was just knocked over inside.
Right, well, she's going to check and see if there's any evidence as to what just happened.
Okay. Inside there's a sort of screen. There's a sort of, I would say bed, but it's more of a sort of thing you can lie on. Would that be the correct phrase? That'd be the phrase. Thing you can lie on.
Yes, cot.
Cot.
Jesus God, you're tired.
Yeah, I am tired. And yeah, there's a couple of things strewn about the place. Sort of some medical supplies have been thrown around the place. Someone was just looking through them.
Right. Okay. I'm going to use my CSI tablet thing to sort of work out what has happened, because I still have that with me at all times.
You just booted my CSI app. Just take a quick roll for, I guess, the forensic roll.
Mm-hmm. Doing it now. 1 sec. This is under 12 roll. Oh, sorry, that's 2d6. So I'll roll another 1d6. There we go. 7.
Okay. 7. You're running through the sort of scan of it, and it's like clearly someone sort of knocked it over and in a rush, and there seems to be from what you can tell, there seems to be a sort of hastily thingy. Well, sort of someone tried to scrub it away. Blood stain that follows through around the side of the cot.
Okay, I'm going to get a sample of this blood.
Okay.
And then after I've gathered all the evidence I might need, I'm then immediately going to go and report this to the principal.
Okay. Yeah, it's... So you're not going to investigate the trail?
Well, okay, does the trail lead anywhere in particular? I thought you said it just led under the bed.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, well, I would have looked under the bed. What's under there?
Okay. You actually do look under the bed. Because, that is, of course, the first thing you'd look. And under the bed is what appears to be one of the more, say, irregular students.
Okay.
She's a lass of around, in like, what's the year? I can't quite remember the grade. I think it's sophomore year. Yeah, I think it's sophomore year. And with some rather obnoxious sort of dyed hair, like sort of red going into yellow, and apparently some kind of eye condition she's got a doctor's note for. She's hiding under the bed. She's like, shit.
I'm just gonna squint really hard a moment and then try and remember what the colour of the hair we recovered was.
There was a red one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say to her, like, what have you been doing?
It's like, okay, you got me. Like, I know I'm not supposed to. She kind of pulls herself out. Although you can tell that she does have what. Well, a white shirt is stained sort of red on the sort of abdomen area. Okay, you got me. I know I've been
Wait.
getting into fights, but what can you do?
Well, you
Wait,
could have
so-
told us.
If I got this right, there's a
Use
crash in the
you.
nurse's office.
Hmm.
Helena investigates. There's a trail of blood leading on the cot. They're hiding out there, and her first reaction is, "What did you do?"
Yeah. The reason why she's saying that to them is because she knows full well that that this is the person who
Oh, mother.
stole the hard drive.
Oh,
Because I said to Vern, what color is the hair?
Hmm.
And he said it's red. So she's like, shit, this is her. And that's why like her
Right.
first thing is like, what did you do? Because obviously she's been getting into all this stuff without us knowing.
She's like,
And then
Alrighty.
and then after she said like, what can you do? Helena's first response was to say, like, you could have helped us. We could really have used you just like back then.
so are you saying that's her?
Yeah.
She's
That's
like,
what she said.
what are you talking about?
Don't
she's-
play dumb with me.
Hmm.
You retrieved the hard drive from that secret meeting. The one that we arrived and fought through all of those madmen to get to.
you really didn't want to say hippie, did you?
No, she says rather childishly back. No, I didn't.
I'm just gonna lean in and just go like, how much detention do you think I can give you? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, there's more.
Hmm.
Now, I'll ask you one more time. Did you take that hard drive?
She's kind of like throws her hands and goes, "Yes, I did.
Okay.
I
Might I say, that
gods.
was some amazing work. You really did that there, Ice.
She's like,
Praise where it's due, girl. You did good. But more to the point, though, please work with us in future. We're trying to save the day.
hey, that is this is entirely me.
That's cute, but seriously, the people we're aligned against, I think it's probably best we work together.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Tell you what,
She's just like actually picks up some of the sort of bandages and just sort of lifts up the shirts and just tries to discreetly sort of apply some more dressing to the wound.
I'm gonna get. I'll help. Just look. Once we get you all sorted out, I'll make you a deal. I'll introduce you to my friends, and we'll see about potentially working together to fight crime in future. And in return, this is the important bit, I will help you cover all of this mess up, both literally and metaphorically.
Look, I would have been fine if you hadn't come in and, I'm just trying to get something to sort of sort my injury out.
Yeah, it's easy
that
to say
won't-
that. Imagine if you got in over your head and it was just you. There'd be no one watching your back, no one to bail you out.
Please. I'm pretty competent.
Yeah,
Although you do actually remember back to one of the first few physics lessons in which she didn't actually know anything at all and sort of talked about how wizards have discussed how the world was made. That was a bit weird.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sort of like say flatly to her, look,
Yeah, looking at her wound, it looks like she was stabbed.
Hmm.
Like
Oh.
actually stabbed. As in, like, someone with a knife just went, fuck you.
I seriously
Stab.
hope you've got some kind of super durability or regeneration, girl.
Oh, of course. Look, I just didn't want to let my dad know I got stabbed. He would not be very happy at all.
Yeah, I know. Look, I can help you cover this up. I know how important secret identities are for some people. Some people who are lucky enough to look normal. I'll help you, but you must promise me you won't go in alone again. That you'll work with us in future. This is very important.
His eyes and he's like, can I do anything on my own? Like, I'm an adult, okay?
Listen,
Well, you're acting like a
respect-
child.
I respect that you want independence and you want to be able to do these things on your own, but
Yeah, and I had it
You
before I
got
came to the
stabbed.
city.
we're plunging into a whole load of the unknown here. Look at you. Look what happened to you. You can't sacrifice your health in the name of pride.
Look, I was lightly stabbed.
I think it's being lightly stabbed.
Lightly stabbed.
I've had worse. I just want to get something. I just want to get some new dressing and maybe a couple of pills for the pain.
If you keep on shouting, people might overhear this.
That's a good point.
Look, I'll leave you be for now. I'll help you cover this up. But look, here is my address. When
Look.
you've had a chance to think this over, I want you to come to me, and I want us to find some way of making the world safer without having to risk as much as we have already. Okay?
Okay.
It's not very often that a star pupil gets to help their teacher save the world. Come on.
You make it sound like it's a fun thing.
Well, I don't see why we can't have fun while we're doing it. I certainly enjoy confronting Baphomet. Now, wouldn't you like a chance to get at him next time he rears his goatee head?
He's like, well, he's pretty cute.
See? Now let's work together, alright?
But he's also really flamboyant.
Yeah, he's that.
I see. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna sort of like help her finish the patch up and then do my best to sort things out. And I'm also gonna say, where's the nurse?
I ensured there was a distraction.
I want to ask what you did, but at this point, I feel like
Look, no one's hurt.
I've got to at least trust you somewhat. So, okay then.
Look, no one's hurt. All I did was ask Finn to take a dive. All I asked him to do, and you know, he's got me covered. So he's out there now, pretending he's got some kind of broken ankle or some other stuff.
Okay. I really hope he doesn't get detention, or else, that's going to go on the list of things that you feel guilty for and atone for when you're being a superhero. You know that?
Well, yeah, well, I suppose so, but
All
just kind of in for the costume, you know?
I'm sure we can find something.
Oh no, I've been working on something. It's going to be
It's
great.
not
I
too
assure you.
saucy, is it? I mean, you're not that. You're not that old yet.
You guys are prudes, honestly.
Okay. And then with that, I'm going to sort of, help her out of the room and try and pretend like nothing happened. Sort of like come up
She
with...
seems perfectly fine, like in terms of like how she moves. It's like
I don't mean help her out as in because she's physically crippled and can't make it herself. I more mean because, it's a case of actually like ensuring people don't catch on.
Okay.
Light stab wound, she'll be fine.
Lightly stabbed.
Like,
Anyways, I should probably
for us.
Yeah.
I should probably go here if we're gonna wrap up like we plan to.
Yeah, just a minute. The girl in question is a rather troublesome girl called Sarah Dryden, and she's new this year, and she was pretty fucking clueless when she came in, like when she started the lesson, but
Well,
she soon became.
I've given her the address of Skills Apartment, so she can drop by and introduce herself to the team when she gets a good chance.
Okay, and she's gonna ask you one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get like an extension on the homework? Like it's not like it's difficult.
You were busy being lightly stabbed. I get it. Sure. Okay. You come to my.
I kind of lost track of time.
You come to my place and meet my friends, and I'll give you an extension.
Okay. But, yeah, it's like video games are awesome, aren't they? I've never played them before.
Okay then. But yeah. So that's that.
For the love of God, do not mention Fortnite.
Yeah, we don't want to get her onto the Fortnite train.
Oh no, not Fortnite.
Oh no, let's abandon it now.
Yeah. So next week we will we'll have a switch. We will have a switcheroo of game masters.
Actually, hold that thought on next week. Give me a second here.
Not next week.
Let's see.
Next fortnight. Next session.
Give me a second here. Would that be on the 10th or the 27th?
That would be the 4th of November.
The 4th?
Yes.
You mean the 3rd? It's Sunday now.
Oh, that's the point.
Either way, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. I'm looking at my IFO schedule here, and yeah, I can make that. Holy shit, that's a long fucking class.
Oof. I wish you luck. But yes, in the next session, we will have a swap around of GMs for a little bit, because I would like to run something.
You'll be playing my story arc, boys.
Right up.
Real?
Buckle up, and I will list the XP that you get in thing, so you can vanish if you wish. Thank you for
Alrighty.
Thank you for the game,
Yeah, I had
people.
a fun time.
Excellent.